And good evening. This is the Elliott wave update for the S&P 500 for Thursday, May 5th, 2022. To say that the markets have not been interesting lately would be an understatement. We all were there. We witnessed yesterday. News, we're raising the rates. Whoo, what a relief. Pump it all the way up, only to be relieved of all of that upside. Zero follow through, folks. Zero follow through. The market totally rejected yesterday's answer to a 50 basis point hike in interest rates, primarily because it's like, as we've been talking about, it's not over. It's just beginning. To feel that we've reached a bottom now and that everything's okay is extremely unrealistic. But I get the relief part of it. I get that we were oversold and we needed to rally a little bit. And that turned into a massive free for all in terms of a short squeeze. And so there we were. The fact that the sellers moved back in and took absolute control is of greater importance to me today, basically because of what they did. Let me see if I can get this done right. Come on. There, let's start over. Come on. Good. That this particular drop is 5 waves. And it is from this level. So we have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. Very clean. Now, important to remember, this is on, at a minimum, a minute level, if not a sub-minute level. But I'm going to go with minute in terms and then call it a minute 1. Because that's just how my knowledge of Elliott, my methodology of Elliott would dictate that I do that. So anyway, if it is only a minute 1, I think we got a 4, and then well, we could possibly have all the way down a 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. We get a 4, and then we get a 5, and then guess what? We rally again in a smaller version of this wave 2. Now, having said that, what is of the importance here that I wanted to point out was the pattern, was that it's a third wave. Because no matter what degree I'm in, the characteristics of the third wave, the personality of a third wave, that is what remains consistent. But in terms of degree, produces the size. So in terms of this little small degree, that's a fairly good size for the third wave. Now, if I'm doing that on a minor degree, it's likely going to be 3, 4, 5 times as large, as big. And in that case, we're looking at, wow. Yeah, we're looking at a 200-point drop, 200 points. So that's 299 down to 41. So basically almost 43 to 41. And so we're looking at 200 points. And so if it's 300, so in terms of a minor third wave, which is what we're trying to work our way through, I'm looking for what, 600 S&P points? And now you're getting that put together that, oh, that suddenly brings us down into that 37 level. So you start to see how the building blocks get put together to form the larger wave. Now, having said that, now I'm going to go back into what our possibilities could be for tomorrow. Because again, I'm going to flip out real quick to that daily chart. There aren't any changes to our longer term, except the one we made yesterday in terms of pulling down the minor wave 1. Now, if this completes minor wave 2, once again, they're coming in short. And that tells me, if it remains true, it tells me volumes about where we are and the pressure that's going to be coming from the sell side. When the market fails to reach target levels that are common for the wave pattern it's in, then the power of what's still out there behind it is waiting. And if it kicks in, you get like we did today. It was always there. It just stood back and like, well, why do I need to sell it there when they're going to push it up and I can sell it here? And so when they come in as a seller, they're like, yeah, we're going to make sure that you're done because we're going to hit all your bids. And every time you try to buy it up, we will be there. And they were. So coming in underneath the most common tells me that there's more sell pressure than buy pressure. Sellers will step aside and let the buyers do what they want to do. And then come move back in, take over. So I'm believing we have two choices. We're either going to come down and break 40.57 or 40.55, whatever that low was, and keep on going, in which case then this would be minor two. And then we're looking for a much stronger drop. The hourly chart leaves open the potential that this is turning, this will be left as three, like 1, 2, and then a third. And we rally back up towards 4,300. And then that would still be a part of the minor wave two. Now, if it should do that, then yes, I'm again looking for 43, 44. But after today's selling, it would be once again a total reversal of what just took place. So again, we have to bear in mind what could be behind that type of a thing. Well, tomorrow is an options expiration. We are sailing through strike prices. We did it yesterday during that rally. Today, we did it again, and even in more severity. And we're doing it in those top 7, 10, 12 stocks that are the titans of the tech sectors. We saw Apple down over $9 today. Amazon down $190 today. AMD, which is still coming off of, hey, we had good earnings, guys, remember? Down $5. So Google down 115. Facebook, which yesterday we love it. Today, all of it taken back and then some, down $15. Intel down. Microsoft up beautifully yesterday, gone, down 12. Netflix down 15. NVIDIA down 15. Tesla down 80. Boom. That drags the index down. It's like that type of selling is like they were waiting for the higher prices. So they're just going to continue to sell because they have X amount that they're dumping this quarter. And in May, we see a lot of corporate selling. It's when shares become available. It's when options get exercised. And so, boom, they move in. So actually, the rally yesterday just gave that opportunity. Now, there's more involved in that, of course. But this is kind of what happens just in this time of year, I guess you could say. But in all, the wave pattern continues to suggest lower. But we may pop higher to finish this wave two bounce if yesterday's closing high didn't do the task. Then we'll go back up. But it's a lot of ground to again cover. Can they do it? Obviously, we just saw it. No discount. You cannot discount at all. So what we got going on tomorrow? I actually personally am favoring a small fourth wave, a drop down to put in the 5 to complete the first 5 down of a minute wave 1, of minor wave 3. That minor 2 gets pushed down to here. We'll call it complete. We did our 5 down. We get another second wave rally, but then at bigger drop, we get that big drop down, this type, but on a minor degree. So it's all part of that minor degree. And if I'm looking for a total of maybe 600 points in my minor degree drop from 43, I'm looking for it down to 37. Well, got to get there. So definitively, when it picks up and it starts going again, yes, I am looking at 4,055 to be broken again and significantly, just like it did at 4,100. Me personally, I didn't have a support level of 4,100, so it was just there. And yes, it held. But when it breaks, in fact, it went down and it held again today. They went down and touched it and bounced off of it. So it's going to be another one. Look, we did it again. But when it doesn't coming up, I still am not going to find it other than now it's just a point where the market has stopped 3 times. 3rd time's a charm, 4th time's a charm, who knows? But I don't believe that it's other than this price that it holds, that it turns the market bullish. I don't believe that. I don't see it. So I'm looking for this break. I am looking for it to go lower. I am looking again for, well, I could run the fibs, but we're not done with wave 2. So that's why I'm not putting it in. If we are, they're coming in light, but I would be looking for 37-ish, 38 down to 37 for the 3rd, the minor 3, actually more. In any case, tomorrow we got that possibility that can go up. We've got the possibility we could head back to 4,300. You will know because we'll break above the 8, we'll break above the 20. We got the 50 in there, and the same signal, folks, the same signal that we got to coming off. Break the 50, break the 200, boom, boom. Accelerate, we're going. And that's what we did. And that's exactly what we did. Check it. We dropped. In fact, that break of the 200 and the 50 got us all the way down to the low before we did a bigger bounce. These were good bounces, but this is the bigger bounce. So maybe we do start to head back up. Maybe we get 41.56. Maybe we get back to 41.90 and then drop again to finish this first wave down of that minor 3. Could. That's what I'm expecting. I really don't see again, but I didn't see yesterday either, the rally all the way back, but I cannot totally rule it out. So it has to have a 50% probability right now. Tomorrow's expiration. We get a lot of strange things that can happen. This move took a lot of the component stocks, just sailed right through strike prices. And then this drop sailed right through strike prices. Apple Computer. Apple went through 160, 157.5, 155, and came back. And it trades heavily in preparation for tomorrow. These things are just sailing through. When you move 200 points, you're sailing through 200 points worth of strike prices. That options are traded, that things get wrapped around looking for an expiration at a particular level. So I am going to leave it right there. We do have an upside picture. I think that at least on the hourly chart, I'm going to be looking for the 20 and the 50 to hold back a push. Unless, it's a total expiration play and we start to break and then we break the 200. Then bets are off the table. We're going to go at least to 42.76 with an upside possibility of 43.44. That's if they get it going. But wow, boy, do they have to. So it would be back to back 100+ days in the S&P. And that's pretty volatile. I would expect volatility. I would expect the VIX not to be down even 7 cents. I would expect it to be up $3, $4, $5, $6 when you start moving like that. But we'll see. That's where I'm going to leave this. Downside, same story. It starts to break, gets below moving averages, gets below that 40.57, 55, wherever that low is. And then we start heading 40. We had 40.31 right there, but then we got 4,000. And I believe just underneath is where the stronger support will come in. But eventually we start heading down to the 3,700 number. All right. Have a great trading day tomorrow. And our next update will be on Sunday, May the 8th. Don't forget to honor your mother.